Hold on, let's get started in the chat. We'll roll right into round number one. Round number one is called Easy A. And no, it's not that movie. It's just a round on school where each answer starts with the letter A. All right, for question number one, totally throwing off the scansion. In 1954, Under God was added to the pledge of what? Question number one more time, throwing off the scansion. In 1954, Under God was added to the pledge of what? I have to move. Yeah, because otherwise I'm just hitting like the other side of my L-shaped desk, and you're just like, "What are you talking about, Chaz?" And you stop talking to my producer. You can only hear one side of the conversation. Anyway. Moving along to question number two. Nordic countries started a cliche by having students give what food to teachers as payment? Question number two, one more time. Nordic countries started a cliche by having students give what food to teachers as payment? I mean, don't shout out the answers. Yo, if I was a teacher and someone gave me Hot Pockets, I'd be like, I don't know. At my age now, I'd be like, I don't know if I should eat that, but I probably still would. But like Hot Pockets were that jam back in the day. All right. Let's move on over to question number three. And one person better get this right. The person who thought up the education's 3 R's was bad at reading and writing because what third one doesn't even start with an R sound? Question number three, one more time. The person who thought up education's 3 R's was bad at reading and writing because what third one doesn't even start with an R sound? When life gives you Hot Pockets, you find some weed and eat Hot Pockets. That's a far too on brand for myself. That, like, okay, Jirfat, there is one Hot Pocket. So there's one like American concoction that they put on things, and like when it's on a burger, it's fine. But cheeseburger tastes on anything else. I'm like, why would you put together this abomination? Like, you know what? I think ketchup is cool. I think mustard is cool. I think ketchup and mustard together is a little weird sometimes. It depends on the element. But like, I swear, like cheeseburger pizza, I'm like, you don't need to put the ketchup and mustard on that. Cheeseburger Hot Pockets, I'm like, what in the fresh hell is this? Like it. Oh no. Yeah. I know. My producer just said Hot Pockets are just a white people empanadas, and I'm done. I'm lost and I'm losing it. Shout out. I'm kidding. Moving on to question number four. Glenn Howerton is pulling double duty with It's Always Sunny and what on-theme series that transferred to Peacock last year? Question number four, one more time. Glenn Howerton is pulling double duty with It's Always Sunny and what on-theme series that transferred to Peacock last year? I love the pepperoni and pizza sauce on top of a burger. You know what? That can actually be good. Like, you can put some mozzarella on it. You can call it a pizza burger. Like, people be walling out with pizza as well, too. I mean, like, I think, like, if a cheeseburger pizza was just, like, cheese, ground beef, lettuce, and tomato, and then maybe, like, a mayo, I would actually go for that. Although I know some people are like, ew, mayo. Why do you like mayo? What is that? What's wrong with you? I mean, I just do. Sounds like a meatball sub with extra it might actually be fewer steps because, you don't have to broil it. I guess you don't have to broil me sauce sub either. Anyway, moving on to question number 5. This fall, gymnast Sunisa Lee and her shiny new Olympic bling are heading to what university northeast of Montgomery? Question number 5, one more time. This fall, gymnast Sunisa Lee and her shiny new Olympic bling are heading to what university northeast of Montgomery? Cracker India. What, like, I could have sworn I saw Caucasian India. I probably said that wrong, but I don't know. There might be a better portmanteau there. I don't know. Brainstorm it, y'all. Brainstorm it, y'all. You know, like what are group chats for? Turk school. I think that's something else. I think that's the headmaster is Big Frida, but who knows? Moving along to question number 6. If your school had decent computers, they might have installed the fancy Oregon Trail follow-up where you bushwhack up what river? Question number 6, one more time. If your school had decent computers, they might have installed the fancy Oregon Trail follow-up where you bushwhack up what river? And yes, the school I attended was one of those fancy ones, and I played the hell out of it. I wish I could find it now. If somebody knows where to find this, tell me after we go over the answers for round number 1, and I'll heart you forever. Anyway, moving on to our penultimate question of round number 1. Question number 7. Socrates taught Plato, who taught Aristotle, who taught a bunch of folks at a school founded in what city? And question number 7, one more time, because you want people to say it like this. Socrates taught Plato, who taught Aristotle, who taught a bunch of folks at a school founded in what city? And lastly, question number 8. Angelica Houston compares Guernica to Hamlet, and then her students debate the patriarchy. So goes a scene from the comic strip adaptation, What School Confidential? Question number 8, one more time. Angelica Houston compares Guernica to Hamlet, and then her students debate the patriarchy. So goes a scene from the comic strip adaptation, What School Confidential? And now it's time for the final question of the round, the bonus question, of course, where you can win 2 free tickets, the Geeks Who Drink Zoom quizzes. Remember, right now, they're only happening Wednesdays through Fridays now, but you can still get in on the action for some cool theme quizzes and all that jazz. So remember, you're going to put exclamation point, the answer into the chat in order to enter, and you'll have up until I start reading the answer to question number 7 to do so. So your bonus question is as follows. Quick, let's check yours. Until 1997, what did the A in SAT stand for? One bonus question one more time. Quick, let's check yours. Until 1997, what did the A in SAT stand for? So question number 1, once again. Totally throwing off the scansion, and in 1954, Under God was added to the Pledge of Allegiance. Question number 2, Nordic countries started a cliche by having students give what food to teachers as payment? That is apples. Question number 3, the person who thought of education's 3 R's was bad at reading and writing because the third one doesn't even start with an R sound. That is arithmetic. Question number 4, Glenn Howerton is pulling double duty with It's Always Sunny in the on-theme series that transferred to Peacock last year. AP Bio. Question number 5. This fall, gymnast Sunisa Lee and her new shiny Olympic bling will be headed to what university? Northeast of Montgomery. That is Auburn. Question number 6. If your school had decent computers, they might have installed the fancy Oregon Trail follow-up where you bushwhack up what river? That is Amazon. And I implore you to start using where you bushwhack up a river as a euphemism for masturbation. Question number 7. Socrates taught Plato and taught Aristotle, who taught a bunch of folks at a school founded in what city? That is Athens, not Georgia. And question number 8. Angelica Houston compares Guernica to Hamlet, and her students debate the patriarchy. So goes a scene from the comic strip adaptation Art School Confidential. And finally, your bonus question. Let's check yours once again. Hopefully you got all those in. So your bonus question is, let's check yours. Until 1997, what did the A in SAT stand for? That is aptitude. I still think the Scholastic aptitude test should be about how many books you read from Scholastic Publishing, but that's just making up. Round number 2 is your first 16-point audio round tonight, and it is My Chart Will Go On. I'll play 8, or the video will play 8. We'll play 8 Billboard Hot 100 top 10 hits from this date in history. You name the song and the artist. This is like the same day as this day in overplay. It just doesn't go in chronological order. Have fun, y'all.
Little Precious has a natural obsession for temptation, but he just can't see. She gives him loving that his body can handle.
Bling bling, then I saw him, that's the goddess in me. You could've had a bad bitch, not committal. Help you with your career, just a little. You're supposed to hold me down, but you're holding me back. And that's the sound of me not calling you back.
Air it out, so you're free and bold with you. Melt it down, you're gonna have to eventually. The fire trucks are coming up around the bend. You live. I'm a mess, gotta get out now. Gotta run from this. Here comes the shame, here comes the shame. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. It goes 1 by 1, even 2 by 2. Everybody in the floor, let me show you how we do. Let's go. Dip it low, then you bring it up slow. Run it up 1 time, run it back once more. Come, run, 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 run. Everybody move, run. Let me see you move, run. Rock it to the groove, done. Shake it to the moon because.
So I found another way to make him pay for it all. So I went to Neiman Marcus on a shopping spree, and on the way I grabbed Soleil and Mia. And as the cash box rang, I thought everything away. At you, thought I'd forget. 2 weeks at you, and I still haven't gotten over you yet.
Oh yeah, and now it seems my only chance is giving up the fight. And how could I ever refuse? I feel like I win when I lose.
All right, let's hear those bad boys one more time.
Little Precious has a natural obsession
Bling bling, then I saw them, that's the goddess in me. You could've had a bad bitch, not committal. Help you with your career, just a little. You're supposed to hold me down, but you're holding me back. And that's the sound of me not calling you back.
Air it out, show your freaking love with you. Melt it down. You're gonna have to eventually. The fire trucks are coming up around the bend. You live. I'm a mess, gotta get out now. Gotta run from this. Here comes the shame, here comes the shame. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. It goes 1 by 1, even 2 by 2. Everybody in the floor, let me show you how we do. Let's go. Dip it low, then you bring it up slow. Wind it up one time, wind it back once more. Come, run, 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 run. Everybody move, run. Let me see you move. Run. Rock it to the groove, done. Shake it to the moon because.
So I found another way to make him pay for it all. So I went to Neiman Marcus on a shopping spree, and on the way I grabbed Soleil and Mia. And as the cash box rang, I thought everything away.
Oh yeah, and now it seems my only chance is giving up the fight. And how could I ever refuse? I feel like I win when I lose.
Your music audio round.
Precious as
Number one was Waterfalls by TLC, and it's released in 1995.
You're supposed to hold me down, but
It
you're
was
holding me
Church
back.
by Lizzo, all the way back in 2019. It feels like 10 years ago. Question number 3 is Learn by Alanis Morissette. That came out in 1996. 4 is A Chandelier by Sia, and that was released in 2014. 5 is Pon de Replay by Rihanna. This was released in 2005.
So I went to Neiman Marcus.
5. Or 6 is Hit 'Em Up Style Oops by Blue Cantrell,
And as the cash
and that was released in 2001. This is A Vacation by the Go-Go's, released in 1982. And 8 is Waterloo by ABBA. No, you do not get points for the year. That is just for your edification, because the name of this round was My Chart Will Go On. It was 8 Billboard Hot 100 top 10 hits from this date in history. All right, let's move right along to round number 3. Gertrude Leto. Jared Leto. Oh, Lord Jesus. I will give you a date and a plot of a film if you added ing to the end of its title. You give me that new title. So, for example, for this movie released in 1990, Patrick Swayze does some post-death pottery with Demi Moore and then suddenly stops sending texts and never contacts her again. The answer would be ghosting. All right, cool. Question number 1. The year is 1980. Lando Calrissian's Carbonite Kickstarter faces trouble after Darth Vader withdraws his financial support. Number 1, one more time. 1980 is the year. Lando Calrissian's Carbonite Kickstarter faces trouble after Darth Vader withdraws his financial support. Uh-huh. Let me see. Gotcha. Great Cabo. Trying to figure out if we knew was talking about Cutwater. Turns out you. Yeah, apparently I'm a Cutwater shill. I mean, like, I'm usually not a shill of most things, but I actually really do enjoy their tequila and their whiskey. So those are meant to, like, I also have like a Bloody Mary from theirs in my fridge, and it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Like, if you're into Bloody Marys, you might like it. I like Bloody Marys, but it's only okay. Moving right along to question number two. The years are 2003 and 2004, a film in two parts. Uma Thurman takes a samurai sword to the schmucks that collect her phone payment. On to number two, one more time. The years are 2003 and 4, a film in two parts. Uma Thurman takes a samurai sword to the schmucks that collect her phone payment. Right? Rare Boss, like, Cutwater is legit. Like, I brought it to a friend's party the other day because I was like, yeah, I'm going to bring some Cutwater drinks. And they're like, what are you talking about? And then when I brought them, they're like, oh my God, these are good. And I'm like, yo, they're my favorite. I got to re-up on my supply soon because I used to have like a bunch of boxes of it so I could just pop them in. So if I had friends come over, had like an after party after going out, right? Right, QM Con, right? That's what it was. There were so many. I'm like, that's so good. Anyway, I digress. Let's move along to question number 3. In 2015, joy, sadness, and other emotions finally break free of Riley's brain to go on a shopping spree in San Francisco. The year is 2015 for question number 3. Once again, joy, sadness, and other emotions finally break free of Riley's brain on a shopping spree in San Francisco. Yeah, I don't know. Was it? I thought it was Geek Bowl. Was it like the Geek Bowl before like the pandemic happened? It was Geek Bowl Chicago. That's what. Okay. All right, folks. Moving on to question number 4 of round number 3. The year was 2008. Brad Pitt stars opposite Cate Blanchett in A Strange Old Man is unable to completely fasten his trousers. We'll watch number 4 one more time. The year is 2008. Brad Pitt stars opposite of Cate Blanchett as a strange old man unable to completely fasten his trousers. Yup, that's exactly what happened to Rare Boss, right? It was like, they, as I was reminded just now, they were warm, but thankfully we're in a hotel that had ice pockets. All right, moving on to question number 5. The year is 2019. Lupita Nyong'o and her family stage an intervention to get their red-suited doppelgangers off smack. Question number 5 one more time. The year is 2019. Lupita Nyong'o and her family stage an intervention to get their red-suited doppelgangers off smack. Because my brain is weird, I like to think that Lupita Nyong'o is trying to get her kids to stop eating Honey Smacks, right? Like, they're just like, you can't have that froggy cereal anymore. Can't, right? It's too sugary. It's gonna rot your teeth. Hey, Jerry, it's good to see you. Hopefully, you can grade some stuff if you're still doing that, but it's good to have you here. Well, let's move right along to question number 6. This movie was released in 1993. Based on a John Grisham novel, Tom Cruise plays a young lawyer who must choose between helping the FBI and getting his buns nice and tight. Question number 6, one more time. The year is 1993. Based on a John Grisham novel, Tom Cruise plays a young lawyer who must choose between helping the FBI and getting his buns nice and tight. And moving right along to our penultimate question of round number 3, question number 7. This movie was released in 1990, and it's not a tumor. It's your relationship with your father. Arnold Schwarzenegger goes undercover as an early childhood psychologist. Question number 7, one more time. The year is 1990, and it's not a tumor. It's your relationship with your father. Arnold Schwarzenegger goes undercover as an early childhood psychologist. And finally, question number 8, released way back in 1968. Instead of saving his kids, Dick Van Dyke gets an on away at Sally Ann Howe's inside a flying car. Question number 8, one more time. The year is 1968. Instead of saving his kids, Dick Van Dyke gets it on with Sally Ann Howe's inside a flying car. And now we're moving on to your final question of round number 3, the bonus question. And yes, this follows the same convention as the entire round. And this one has multiple words in it. So make sure you squish all those words together as if it was one word, or else, Streamlabs won't know what you're talking about. So exclamation. All right, your bonus question was released in 2013. Before the apocalypse, Seth Rogen, Craig Robinson, and Jonah Hill would like to inform you that you've reached the conclusion of the round. Your bonus question one more time is 2013 is the year it was released. Before the apocalypse, Seth Rogen, Craig Robinson, and Jonah Hill would like you to inform you you've reached the conclusion of the round. For question number 1, this movie was released way back in 1980. Lando Calrissian's Carbonite Kickstarter faces trouble after Darth Vader withdraws his financial support in Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Backing. For question number 2, it was in 2 parts, released in 2003 and 4. Uma Thurman takes a samurai sword to the schmucks that collected her foam payment. And that is Kill Billing. Question number 3, the year is 2015. Joy, sadness, and the other emotions finally break free of Riley's brain to go on a shopping spree in San Francisco. That is Inside Outing. That sounds like something we would have done in the pandemic because we couldn't go anywhere. Like, I know. Moving right along to question number 4. This was released in 2008. Brad Pitt stars opposite Cate Blanchett as a strange old man unable to completely fasten his trousers. And as one person says, you need the whole last name. Well, no, not really, but it's the curious case of Benjamin Buttoning. Moving on to question number 5. The year is 2019. Lupita Nyong'o and her family stage an intervention to get their red-suited doppelgangers off smack That is using. If you want me to say using, we can, but it's just using. It's a whole new film, y'all. Moving on, question number 6. The year is 1993. Based on a John Grisham novel, Tom Cruise plays a young lawyer who must choose between helping the FBI and getting his buns nice and tight. That is the firming. I wonder if he has a Thigh Master and if it's just like a big ad for Thigh Master. It could be. Who knows? Moving on to question number 7. The year is 1990, and it's not a tumor. It's your relationship with your father. Arnold Schwarzenegger goes undercover as an early childhood psychologist. That is kindergarten coping. And finally, question number 8. The year is 1968. And instead of saving his kids, Dick Van Dyke gets it on with Sally Ann House inside a flying car. That is Chitty Chitty Bang Bangin'. Why is there not like somebody make this porn? Just make it. It just needs to happen. Like in 2021, make the Chitty Chitty Bang Bangin' porn, right? Like it is not out there already. If it is out there already, GG, well played. Anyway, let's move on over to your bonus question. Of course, this movie was released in 2013. Before the apocalypse, Seth Rogen, Craig Robinson, and Jonah Hill would like to inform you that you've reached the conclusion of the round because this is the ending. Anyway, let's move on over to round number 4. And round number 4 is called What Can Brown Do For You? What can it do for you? I don't know, but this is a round on shipping and alumni from Rhode Island's Ivy League school. All right, folks, question number 1. If the world ends, Ted Turner has a doomsday video of military bands playing Nearer My God to Thee. That'll run on what all-day news channel? Question number 1, one more time. If the world ends, Ted Turner has a doomsday video of military bands playing Nearer My God to Thee. That'll run on what all-day news channel? If this jalopy is rocking, don't come a knocking. That's why they didn't save their kids. Could cage your kids, but they chitty chitty bang banging. Like that's what I'm gonna start saying now when like people are doing the nookie, and I just want to be kind of cute about it. Anyway, moving on to question number 2. Before they totally sold out, you could print your S&M zine at what copy shop chain that's now FedEx office? Question number 2, one more time. Before they totally sold out, you could print your S&M zine at what copy shop chain that's now FedEx office? And kudos to whoever wrote this round. Kudos to you. Kudos to you. McKaylee, it's not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean. All right, like I don't know. Some people have that. Don't shame. Don't short dick shame. What the fuck? All right, folks. Move along to question number 3. You can read a bunch of bonkers Anna Wintour stories in the memoir of Andre Leon Talley, a former creative director of what fashion magazine? Question number 3, one more time. You can read a bunch of bonkers Anna Wintour stories in the memoir of Andre Leon Talley, a former creative director of what fashion magazine? Like you say, to stop me from printing an S&O bag there now. They might. I don't know. Maybe if you go to self-service, they'll let you do it. But if you get them to do it, they'll be like, oh no, I don't know about that. Yeah, they're a little weird about it because like we would use those in the old days to print out our the visual rounds, and sometimes they'd be up our butt about it. And they have a whole sign that you can't print copyrighted things. It's all like, but we mixed and remixed it enough that doesn't matter. But anyway, they're just doing their jobs. No hate on y'all, FedEx. Moving right along, let's head on over to question number 4. Lisa Loeb became the first unsigned artist with a #1 single after Ben Stiller used Stay for the end credits of what 90s period piece? Question number 4, one more time. Lisa Loeb became the first unsigned artist with a #1 single after Ben Stiller used Stay for the end credits of what 90s period piece? Let's see. All right, folks, let's move on over to question number 5. You could face jail time and lose your CDL if your loaded up semi doesn't stop at what 2-word checkpoints that'll tell you if you're over 80,000 pounds. Question number 5. You could face jail time and lose your CDL if your loaded up semi and doesn't stop at what 2-word checkpoints that'll tell you if you're over 80,000 pounds. That does remind me of like I used to go to car shows a fair bit when I lived in Philadelphia, and one year they had the type of trucks that you're supposed to have a CDL to drive, but because it was like 1 pound under the limit, you could buy it and drive it as a pedestrian. And I thought that was pretty interesting. Like, I don't know how many they sold. It felt very gimmicky, but it was a cool gimmick, I guess. Like, if you wanted to be a long hauler of things, you could probably do some of it. Not all of it, though. Yeah, I should look up the name of that or something at some point. But yeah. Anywho, let's move along to question number 6. In the 1990s, JFK Jr. co-founded what political lifestyle magazine that's named for a president even more famous than his dad? Question number 6, and one more time. In the 90s, JFK Jr. co-founded what political lifestyle magazine that's named for a president even more famous than his dad? Dick. Oh, shit. Is it just a magazine for Richards? It's like, this magazine is for Richards. You know what? Somebody should just come up with that as a joke. It's like, what's the magazine called? Dick Magazine? Is it just filled with dicks? Yeah. We'll interview Richard Branson first. But like, why you want to go to space? So you didn't actually go above the Kármán line? So like, can you really say you were in space, Richard Branson? Can you really? That kid. Moving right along to question number 7. Question number 7 is the fastest shipping option at UPS and the strongest kind of hit in D&D. Well, what's the shared word? Question number 7. The fastest shipping option at UPS and the strongest kind of hit in D&D. What's the shared word? No Rickies. Right, so that means I get to interview Rick from Rick and Morty. What? Like, so he can just like belch all the time? Like, that would actually be kind of fun, right? Just like get the, because is it? Oh, I can't remember if the dude who does the Rick, the voice of Morty, also does the voice of Rick on that show. I think it is. And then you could just have it like, it's like, yeah, we're interviewing Rick and Morty. And then he was like, why are you here, Morty? This is only for Rick. Seems I'm like, oh no, Rick, you told me to come with you. You're just like, we're going on an adventure. You didn't tell me you're doing an interview. Oh, man. All right, let's go on to question number 8 of round number 4. So that's what he can do for you. The ingenious Henry Box Brown escaped slavery in 1849 by spending $86 to mail what? Question number 8, one more time. So that's what he can do for you. The ingenious Henry Box Brown escaped slavery in 1849 by spending $86 to mail what? I mean, I don't know who that Rick is, right? And I don't even know how to say that last name. Like, if you're gonna Rick Ocasek. Oh yeah, I mean, he'd be okay. He's okay. Sick. It's like, can't take me anywhere. Anyway, let's move on to your bonus questions. Check some of the bad jokes. Of course, as always, it's brought to you by Geeks Who Drink Zoom Quizzes. Remember to put exclamation point in the chat plus the answer. This one only has one word in it, so no craziness needs to happen here. And your bonus question is as follows. We can't leave you without a poop joke because it might contain a sulfur and an ammonium nitrate. USA Truckload Shipping.com says that what kind of substance is hazardous material to transport? Your bonus question one more time. We can't leave you without a poop joke because it might contain a sulfur or ammonium nitrate. USA Truckload Shipping.com says what kind of substance is a hazardous material to transport? Round number 4, question number 1. If the world ends, Ted Turner has a doomsday video of military bands playing Nearer My God to Thee. That'll run on what all-day news channel? That is your cable news network, but known better as CNN. For question number 2, before they totally sold out, you could print your S&M zine at what copy shop chain? That's now FedEx Office. That would be Kinko's or FedEx Kinko's. All right. They were all about the kink when they had it in their name, but now they're like, no. Moving on to question number 3. You can read a bunch of bonkers Anna Wintour stories in the memoir of Andre Leon Talley, a former creative director of what fashion magazine? That would be Vogue. For question number 4, Lisa Loeb became the first unsigned artist with a #1 single after Ben Stiller used Stay at the end credits of the 90s period piece Reality Bites. Question number 5, you could face jail time and lose your CDL if your loaded up semi doesn't stop at what 2-word checkpoints. That'll tell you if you're over 8,000 pounds. Rude. I'm talking about weigh stations. For question number 6, in the 1900s, JFK Jr. co-founded what political lifestyle magazine that's named for a president even more famous than his dad? That is George. For question number 7, the fastest shipping option at UPS or the strongest kind of hit in D&D, the shared word is critical. And question number 8. So that's what he can do for you. The ingenious Henry Box Brown escaped slavery in 1949 by spending $86 to mail himself. Yeah. Just give someone $86. The mail folks will be like, this is a little heavy. I mean, right now I'm playing the Great Ace Attorney, and spoiler alert, one of the characters stowaways himself in his friend's luggage because he has a really big trunk, if you know what I mean. I kid. Anyway, here is your bonus question for round number 4. Because it's sponsored by Geeks Who Drink Zoom Quizzes, and we can't leave you without a poop joke. Because it may contain sulfur or ammonium nitrate. The U.S. Truckload Shipping.com says what kind of substance is a hazardous material to transport? That is a fertilizer. All right, folks, so we got your video round coming up for round number 5. So stay tuned for that.
Beware of the blob, it creeps and leaps and glides and slides across the floor, right through the door and all around the wall. A splotch, a blotch, be careful of the blob.
Disgusting blob. I'm gonna have to hold it myself.
I'm sorry, Blobby. We really meant to call you sooner. Hit it!
I've been saving this monster just for you. Say hello to my gelatinous friend.
It's the blob that ate everyone! Don't let it touch you! We need to get to higher ground!
The Ferris wheel! Raleigh! Stay inside!
It will be fine.
Chris, come on, Bob, for old time's sake, huh?
Did you just call me Blob?
No, but...
Told you not to mention his weight. Why'd you call him Blob?
Oh no! It can't be! A gelatinous cube! Run!
What? You spent 2,000 years looking for a tub of snot?
Patience, Motormouth. Watch. Ooh.
Frank, come on! In the freezer!
I'm sorry, Blobby. We really meant to call you sooner.
Friend.
It's the blob that ate everyone! Don't let it touch you!
Did you just call me Blob?
No, but...
Can't be! A gelatinous cube!
Ooh.
Frank, come on!
Anyway, you know what else is a good vibe? Round number 5. What about Blob? What about Blob? Question number 1. We all know this one. It's Ghostbusters. This climber there being all nasty and origin and shit. For our question number 2, we have a Hotel Transylvania. Sorry, Pierce Goblin. Sorry. Number 3 is Goosebumps. This is probably the second best Jack Black movie. I don't know. First one being School of Rock. Question number 4. This is The Brothers Grimm. You know, I really like this movie. This movie was legit. What's number 5 is X-Men Origins Wolverine. I really hope that Marvel does some good things with the X-Men in Phase 4 if they get them. Number 6, released in 2020, that is Onward. For question number 7, this is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie Secrets of the Ooze. And question number 8 is the Blob. Yeah, so my favorite line from Power Rangers the movie is like they go to a construction site where like Ivan Ooze's thing is there, and then they transform into the Power Rangers and they all have special weapons, and Kimberly has a whip and it's called the Pterodactyl Thunder Whip, and then she sees one of the Ooze villains, and like you know how like all these Super Sentai shows have to have like the people they fight first before they fight the big bad and all that. And she says, Pterodactyl Thunder Whip, have a nice trip. See you next fall. And he trips and falls over himself. And 10-year-old me thought that shit was hilarious. Like, I was crying. Oh God, that shit was so funny. How about we move into round number 6? Or round of the 6. We're rounding the 6 for round number 6. This is also worth 16 points. We're going to do 2-part questions. Answers could appear together in a phrase with the in the middle. So, you know, like Tony and Tiger. And so it would be Tony the Tiger. You'll get it. Y'all are smart. Y'all know. Oh, yeah, Mooks. Yes, Mooks. All right, question number 1. In a 2000, AB Volvo purchased Renault and what trucking company with a bulldog logo? And for your second point, Danny Trejo played Machete and Cuchillo, whose name is Spanish for what weapon? Question number 1, one more time. In the 2000, AB Volvo purchased Renault and what trucking company with a bulldog logo? And for the second part, Danny Trejo and played Machete and Cuchillo, whose name is Spanish for what weapon? I'm sorry, I'm American. Oh no. Oh, Machete. So Danny Trejo played Machete and Chitty Chitty Bang Banger. No, I'm kidding. Moving on to question number 2. Celtic, Greek Orthodox, and St. George's are variants of what religious symbol? And for the second point, in geometry, a ray is half of what one-dimensional figure? For question number 2, one more time, Celtic, Greek Orthodox, and St. George's are variants of what religious symbol? And in geometry, a ray is half of what one-dimensional figure? I've had one Cutwater. I just sometimes don't know how to say Spanish words, right? And I spent like half my time reading the wrong quiz. So then I had to be like, let me how I'm going to dynamically do this. Or I'm just going to be like, I'm American. I don't know how to say things. So I'm here saying I'm American. I don't know how to say things. So. Chitty is not chitty. It's not chitty shitty gangbang. Oh God. That is not like I would just like to say like it was like a dissatisfying gangbang, Like none of the women got off. Nah, what else that could mean? Let's not go there. Let's go to question number 3. Question number 3 is the following. Flambang with rum is one step to the dessert bananas. What? And secondly, World's Most Beautiful is a non-gendered list put out by what magazine? Question number 3, one more time. Flambang with rum is one step to the dessert bananas. What? And Most Beautiful is World's Most Beautiful is a non-gendered list put out by what magazine? Remember, the two words go together if you would add the in the middle. Netflix or Cuchillo? I want to try. I want to try to do this better. "29-year-old me is so giggly." I haven't even had my full. I mean, I still got my cut water. I haven't even had the full one yet. This is just pure unadulterated Chaz right now. I don't need alcohol. I was almost about to say alcohol. Like I sound like my dad when I say that. Anyway, doing on to question number 4. So for this, tell me, what civil rights operation merged with the Rainbow Coalition in 1996? And for your second point, the icon for the iPhone's pack-in email app is what guessable object? Question number 4, one more time. What civil rights operation merged with the Rainbow Coalition in 1996? And for the second point, the icon for iPhone's pack-in email app is what guessable object? We should never be adulterated. Life is too fun to be adulterated, right? I don't know actually what I'm saying when I mean adulterated, because I don't think I've ever actually internalized what that word actually means. I've never engaged in adultery. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not a homewrecker. All right, folks, let's add it to question number 5. For your first point, what's the first word that starts with a G in the Star Spangled Banner? And for your second point, what super blocky Nissan model was sadly discontinued in 2014? Question number 5, one more time. What's the first word that starts with a G in the Star Spangled Banner? And for your second point, what super blocky Nissan model was sadly discontinued in 2014? Ooh, adulterate. Verb. Render something poor in quality by adding another substance, typically an inferior one. So adulterate is just cutting drugs? Oh my God. People putting in oregano with their weed. Like, why you adulterate my weed, fam? Oh man, I love it. I love it. Words are fun. Moving right along to question number 6. All right. After he was ordained as a minister, old school rapper Joseph Simmons added reverend to what stage name? And for the second point, emeralds, rubies, and diamonds are the 3 movements of what George ballet. Question number 6, one more time. After he was ordained as a minister, old school rapper Joseph Simmons added reverend to what stage name? And for the second point, emeralds, rubies, and diamonds are the 3 movements of what George Balanchine ballet. Balanchine, that's what it is. Like, I even wrote it down, y'all. Right, but then my brain went to, what does it look like? Oh, goodness gracious. Reverend Run DMC and Baron's cough. Oh, Lord. Oh, goodness gracious. The DMC to me always stands for Devil May Cry. And don't you forget it. I know that's not how it's being used there, but for me, it's Devil May Cry. Anyway, let's move on to your penultimate question of round number 6. Question number 7, of course, worth 2 points. For point number 1, a list of all the ways somebody can interact with software is called a what case? And for your second point, though Newton never specifically gave the formula, his second law of motion shows that mass times acceleration equals what? Question number 7, one more time. A list of all the ways that somebody can interact with software is called a what case? Though Newton never specifically gave the formula, his second law of motion shows that mass times acceleration equals what? Oh, yo, the great Gabbo. There is a DeLorean documentary on Netflix. I haven't watched it, so it may not be good, but maybe it might be. Who knows? And also, DeLorean adjacent. If you watch that documentary series of the movies that made us, they have a new season of it, and Back to the Future is one of those movies. And it's a neat little process of like how they got Michael J. Fox to go, like what the shooting was like, how long it took them to actually get it greenlit to make it. Like, yeah, you should watch it. It's really cool. Like that, like when the first ones came out, I binged the fuck out of it. And now this next one, I think I'm on the last one, which I forget, which I think is dun 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 dun. If you know, you know. Anyway, let's move on over to question number 8. In baseball, a base on balls is more commonly known as a what? And for your second point, Ozzie Davis heads a lemur family that adopts an iguanodon in what 2000 Disney film? Question number 8, one more time. In baseball, a base on balls is more commonly known as a what? And for your second point, Ozzie Davis has a lemur family that adopts an iguanodon in what 2000 Disney film? I mean, there isn't a Back to the Future 5, but there is a Back to the Future, the Telltale series, which takes place right after Back to the Future 3. But you have to do some weird stuff to get it on Steam, because when Telltale shut down, or maybe sometime before that, they had to like sell all the rights to the properties of games they made that were licensed from other people. And you know what? They also did dun 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 dun, which I never got to play, but I kind of need to see if I can find that somehow. It could be cool. All right, so let's move right along to your bonus question, your penultimate question of tonight's quiz, sponsored once again by Geeks Drink Zoom Quizzes. Of course, this one is going to be a long answer with multiple words in it, so make sure you string them all together as one word with the exclamation point and to submit them. So your bonus question is, we could tell you to combine a Mario's Mushroom Friend with a Mike Myers SNL skit, but we still wouldn't quite get what band who sang All I Want. One more time, your bonus question. We could tell you to combine Mario's Mushroom Friend and a Mike Myers SNL skit, but we still wouldn't quite get to what band who sang All I Want. Round the 6th. All right, question number 1. In 2000, AB Volvo purchased Renault and what trucking company with a bulldog logo? That is Mack. And for the second one, and Danny Trejo played a machete in Cuchillo, and whose name is Spanish for what weapon? That is knife. because it's Mac the Knife. Moving along to question number 2. Celtic, Greek Orthodox, and St. George's are variants of what religious symbol that is a cross? And for your second point, in geometry, a ray is half of what one-dimensional figure? That is a line. Cross the line, y'all. Do it all the time. Maybe not all the time, though. For question number 3, flambéing with rum is one step to the dessert bananas Foster. And for your second point, world's most beautiful is a non-gendered list put out by what magazine? That is People. Foster the people, y'all. For question number 4, what civil rights operation merged with the Rainbow Coalition in 1996? That is Push. And for the second point, the icon for the iPhone's packed-in email app is what guessable object? That is an envelope or envelope, however you want to say it. It's also Gmails, but push the envelope. That's what they say when you want you to innovate, but you don't gotta. All right, moving on to question number 5. What is the first word that starts with a G in the Star Spangled Banner? That is gleaming. And for your second point, what super blocky Nissan model was sadly discontinued in 2014? That is Cube. Gleam that cube, y'all. Do it. For question number 6, after he was ordained as a minister, old school rapper Joseph Simmons added Reverend to what stage name? That is a Run. And for the second point, emeralds, rubies, and diamonds were the 3 movements of what George Balanchine ballet? That is Jewel. Balanchine, sorry. Brain, why are you like this? Anyway, moving on to question number 7. A list of all the ways that somebody can interact with the software is called a use case. And for the second point, though Newton never specifically gave the formula, its second law of motion shows that mass time acceleration equals a force. Use the force, Luke. I'll run my boy. Yeah, Foster the People did have that one song that was low-key about school shootings. Like, not even low-key, it was high-key about it. Because people didn't know. Anyway, moving on to question number 8. In baseball, a base on balls is more commonly known as a what? That is a walk. And for the second point, Ozzie Davis heads a lemur family that adopts an iguanodon in the 2000 Disney film of Dinosaur. Who walked the dinosaur? We walked the dinosaur. Boom, boom, boom. Hit on the floor. Everybody walked the dinosaur. Oh, gosh. That just means I watched too much Super Mario Brothers, the movie, when I was a kid. Anyway. Moving on to your penultimate bonus question answer of the night, brought to you by Geeks to Drink Zoom quizzes. We could tell you to combine Mario's Mushroom Friend and Mike Myers' SNL skit, but we wouldn't quite get to what band that sings All I Want. That is Toad and the Wet Sprocket. We've had 6 rounds so far, so it's time for the 7th one we call the final round. So, it's 16 possible points. A good rule of thumb to follow.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Y'all, the creator, the director, and star of Fish Police. A good rule of thumb to follow are that even number questions are worth 2 through 4 points, and odd number questions are worth 1. There's been only one time in my 8-year career as a QM where someone decided to change that shit, and I was upset. Anyway, let's head on over to question number 1. The sports term, let's see, what? The third form, deke, as in a maneuver to fake out your opponent, evolves from what military word? Question number 1, one more time. The sports term deke is a maneuver to fake out your opponent, evolved from what military word? See, we would just say juke, right? But not the jukebox kind. Yeah, I do need to learn deke, like, because I would have said decade like a dumbass. Oh crap. The Kraken stole from the Colorado Avalanche. That means me and my producer, we got beef. We also have salmon because this is Seattle. I can't. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, y'all, let's head on over to question number 2. For 2 points, jingles for the fictional Butter Barn restaurant play over the radio in what battle royale game? And for your second point, the Chatterbox talk station yammers away in what other violent video game series? Question number 2, one more time for 2 points. Jingles for the fictional Butter Barn restaurant play over the radio in what battle royale game? And for your second point, the Chatterbox talk station yammers away in what other violent video game series? Oh yeah, I'm really glad that you like that. I know Walk the Dinosaur from Super Mario Brothers. I think that was actually the first movie I saw that was based on a video game, but that's me not remembering if Mario Brothers came out first or Street Fighter came out first. But I think it was Mario Brothers and Street Fighter came out later, which has Kylie Minogue in it as Cammy, which I only know because a friend told me about that years ago. Oh my God, I need to watch Super Mario Brothers movie. Like, yes, I know they took liberties with like having flamethrowers instead of fire flowers, but what did I care? I was 8. Anyway, let's move on over to your favorite question of the night. It's question number 3. It's worth point, and it has an anagram. All right, you ready for some American fucked up pronunciation of an Indian word that I did not study enough before it came? You're about to hear it, y'all. Anyway, question number 3 is a saffron-colored lotus is the symbol of Bharatiya Janata Party, shared by what nationalist guy who anagrams to a random diner? Question number 3, or one more time, a saffron-colored lotus is the symbol of the Bharatiya Janata Party, shared by what nationalist guy who anagrams to a random diner? Oh my gosh. I was just told by our producer that one of their offspring is looking for their Super Mario Brothers, the movie DVD. But it was broken, which makes me sad because, you know, I mean, it's a bad movie, but it had Daisy. And as an 8-year-old, Daisy was like kind of cute. So, you know, it's like, and then it had Yoshi. But Yoshi was just a whole ass dinosaur. I mean, like Yoshi, but Yoshi's like, brr, brr, like not like I'm a fucking mini T-Rex. What you gotta do about it? Anyway, moving along to question number 4. For 3 points, yes or no? Does it contain a high fructose corn syrup? A Big Mac, regular Mountain Dew, a regular Hershey bar? Question number 4, one more time for 3 points, yes or no? Does it contain high fructose corn syrup? A Big Mac, a regular Mountain Dew, a regular Hershey bar? Like you can't argue with Dennis Hopper as Bowser, right? Like he bought that swag at the Bowser. Like, no, Bowser wasn't some big ass tortoise always trying to, sexually assault Peach. No, he was like, I run capitalism in this run down ass town, and I take over people with fear, and I turn them into Goombas. What you gonna do about it? I don't know. We're the Mario Brothers. Like, oh my god, that movie is so bad, it's good. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's move on over to question number 5. Question number 5 is a Doja Cat single "Kiss Me More" features what Good Day singer who absolutely crushes paper? Question number 5, one more time. Doja Cat's single "Kiss Me More" features what Good Day singer that absolutely crushes paper? So this song is absolutely my shit right now. Like, when I first heard it, I put it on repeat for like a good 5 days. But I still can't believe Doja Cat is still the person who says, "Bitch, I'm a cow. Bitch, I'm a cow." Ooh. I'm like, really? Like, I thought she was going to be a joke artist for a minute, but now she's bringing that fire. Like, Yoshi. Oh, goodness. Let me stop. Let's move on over to question number 6. For 3 points, I'll give you a year and describe how Charlize Theron character died. You name the film. Your first one is executed by the state of Florida in 2003. Crushed by an aliens engineer spaceship in 2012. Run over on Christmas by Ben Affleck in 2000. Watch number 6 one more time for 3 points. I'll give you a year and describe how Charlize Theron characters died, and you name the film. Executed by the state of Florida in 2003. Crushed by an alien engineer's spaceship in 2012. And run over on Christmas by Ben Affleck in 2000. Oh my God, this happened to me. Won't you believe I'm gonna see is on top of the world and gonna be somebody else. You did. They're never gonna let me on this thing again, y'all. All right, moving right along to question number 7, your penultimate question on tonight's quiz. A jokey play on Kentucky colonels. The governor can name you an admiral in what only triply landlocked U.S. state? Question number 7, one more time. A jokey play on Kentucky colonels. The governor can name you an admiral in what only triply landlocked U.S. state? I'm totally okay. Now I'm just high on life. And you get to just see how weird I am. Because I'm weird, okay? If you didn't think I was weird, I don't know what to tell you, honey, because I'm weird. But And finally, question number 8, worth of 4 points. HALT is a healthcare acronym for 4 states or emotions that usually cause people to compulsively eat. What do those letters stand for? Question number 8, one more time for 4 points. HALT is a healthcare acronym for 4 states or emotions that usually cause people to compulsively eat. What do those letters stand for? You know what? I'm going to probably feel like I'm going to be personally attacked by this answer. When I read the answers, if you feel personally attacked, you can put hashtag not today Satan in the chat if you want to. I feel like this is what'll happen. Zeno Titty, I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Between this and way stations, rude. TS Master, rude. Anyway, that does it for all the regular questions, but y'all got one more bonus question to win. Geeks Who Drink the Zoom quiz tickets. So let's get into it. Perhaps the title character reminded them of a horse with no name. What 70s band provided the soundtrack for the animated classic, The Last Unicorn? Your bonus question one more time. Perhaps because the title character reminded them of a horse with no name, what 70s band provided the soundtrack for the animated classic, The Last Unicorn? Or the final round, I mean, random knowledge. Sorry, my brain was like, it's round 8, right? Because it's random knowledge. I'm like, it hasn't been that way for years, Chaz. All right, question number 1. The sports term deke, as in a maneuver to fake out your opponent, it evolved from what military word? That would be decoy. Oh, nice. For question number 2 for 2 points. Jingles for the fictional Butter Barn restaurant play over the radio in what battle royale video game? That is Fortnite. And for your second point, the Chatterbox Talk station yammers away in what violent video game series? That is Grand Theft Auto. Let me see. Somebody told me how to say this. Oh, it's too far up, so I'm just going to fuck it up one more time. A saffron-colored lotus is the symbol of the Bharatiya Janata Party, chaired by what nationalist guy who anagrams to a random diner, and that is Narendra Modi. For question number 4 for 3 points, yes or no doesn't contain high fructose corn syrup. For the Big Mac, yes, because it's in the special sauce. For number 2, regular Mountain Dew, yes, because it tickles your innards. That's what my friend would say during our streams. And a regular Hershey bar, no. It uses real goddamn sugar. Real sugar. None of this high fructose corn bullshit. I don't have that much emotions about this. Moving on to question number 5. Doja Cat's single Kiss Me More features what Good Days singer who absolutely crushes paper. That is, of course, SZA. That's right. You should listen to it if you haven't. I like it a lot, but I kind of vibe with songs like that. For question number 6 for 3 points, I'll give you a year and describe how Charlize Theron's character died. You name the film. Executed by the state of Florida in 2003, that is a Monster. For your second point, crushed by an alien engineered spaceship in 2012, that is Prometheus. And finally, run over on Christmas by Ben Affleck in 2000, that is a Reindeer Games. For question number 7, a jokey play on Kentucky Colonels. The governor can name you an admiral of what triply landlocked U.S. state? That is Nebraska. And finally, question number 8 for 4 points. HALT is a healthcare acronym for 4 states or emotions that usually cause people to eat compulsively. They are hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. Yes, I feel personally attacked by this question. Anyway, we got one more bonus question answer to go over. And so you can win some Geeks Who Drink Zoom quizzes, tickets, and all that. Your bonus question one more time, because the title character reminded them of a horse with no name. What 70s band provided the soundtrack for the animated classic, The Last Unicorn? That would be America. All right. It's been a blast hosting for y'all as always. Again, if you haven't gotten your Fauci ouchie, please do so we can go on and have fun. I can see you and I can hug you. And I don't know if the folks, if the folks who used to watch my Zoom quiz, who I saw at Buckley's in Belltown, and they were geeking out that I was like, it's the person on the screen. I'm just like, but I'm just a regular person. Like, I need to stop laughing over a producer. He hit me with the callback brick joke too. Like, okay. Anyway, y'all be awesome. Don't forget to be awesome and have a good night, y'all. We'll see you next time. Catch you later.